Hello everyone! I am Tacet and welcome back to another episode of our Gems of War Let's Play series. In today's episode, we're going to be going over idle income in this game, as well as trying to obtain our first legendaries with some key opening. So idle income, this is basically anything within a game that basically just gives you resources over time, and basically you don't have to do anything to do it. Clicker games and stuff like this, a lot of free-to-play tend to use these excessively. One good thing about Gems of War is it doesn't really have any kind of energy system or anything that will really prevent you from continuously playing. You can play it for an hour if you want, and you can play it for 10 hours if you want straight, and it wouldn't really punish you like some games that make you stop. But there are some ways that you can just naturally gain resources over time in this game. The absolute biggest one, of course, is the guild. We have been in this guild for about 5 days now, still have yet to contribute a single cent of gold, which we probably will later. We are enough on our feet that we probably can start giving gold, but as you can see, we're still getting resources for them, doing absolutely nothing. There's 110 gold keys. I guess we're opening those too. As far as other ones, this is one of the reasons why we've been upgrading our kingdom. As you can see, this is the last kingdom we need to get up to level 3. Once we get them all to level 3, we do want to focus on getting specific kingdoms up to level 10. And as you can see, we already started on Zolkari all the way over here, as it is a magic kingdom. You can see this little blinking thing here. I've mentioned tributes quite a few times in this game, but I've never really explained what triggers them. Of course, each one right now has a 3% chance, other than Zolkari. And they all have the chance of giving whatever is on this page. But what actually triggers this is this little blinking thing that is on your home kingdom. You can claim this every single hour, and it will roll every single kingdom that you have. So right now, we're rolling 25 3% chances and 7% chance. So let's click it and see if we actually get anything. And if we do, it'll just give that kingdom's tribute. And unfortunately, we do not. We just get all of the gold that we are accumulating just from all of the kingdoms. But it will have a chance to give us a tribute based on all of them that we have around it. Unfortunately, we were not so lucky. But another way that you can get some resources just from doing absolutely nothing is just for a PvP defend team. As you can see right here, it is blinking, which means someone has fought us. And as you can see, we got 1 win and then 3 loses. One thing to note about this is you can see all these resources down here. I wish there was a way to pause the screen, but it's going to go away automatically. Let me go bring up the other one that I have right here. As you can see, you get quite a few resources from this. The souls are based on all this is based on what your defense team does while you are away. And this always just occurs automatically. It's every single soul you get from it is based on every single kill that your AI team gets. Every single key is based on manual swipes. There's about a 1% chance every single time you swipe a gem that you'll get a gold key, and that's just from the AI accumulating it like that. The gold is from about approximately 30, slightly offset for every single lose, and approximately 120 slightly offset for every single win is what's giving all of the gold there. What's giving the gems is every single 7 times cascade, whenever there's a pair and then another pair and then another pair that just keep going over and over without having to take an additional move. Once that occurs 7 times, if your AI team does that, it'll give you 1 gem. If you do it in a normal match, it'll give you 1 treasure map, which you can do in the treasure hunt mini game. And of course, there is the actually, isn't that all of them? Yeah, never mind. That's all 5 of them. So yeah, that's everything that you. Oh, and glory. How did I forget the glory? Glory is based on 1 per every lose and 3 per every win on your AI defend team. So that is basically every single idle accumulation that you can get for resources in this game. And of course, just playing it is what gives you a bulk of your resources. So let's go now and try these keys. Obviously, gold keys, there's nothing too special in here. They only have commons and rares, though we just did get a Vampire Lord. Fairly popular early on. He does have a very high true damage ratio, or a boost ratio, I mean, based on reds removed at a 2-to-1. He's fairly decent at one-shotting earlier on in the game. I personally do not prefer using him. Maybe if we absolutely need to put him in a true damage team. The only problem is he scales horribly into late game compared to other true damaging troops. And we still need a Valkyrie. Valkyrie is probably one of the best drops in the game early on, and we've actually managed to not get her yet. And it is possible to get her off a gold key, but nope. Okay, nothing good here. And let's go now to our glory keys. Now here is going to be some of our bigger drops. Let's just open a 10, and whoa, we are hit with so many things right now. Of course, this drops a rare or higher, and can drop everything from legendaries to mythics in this game. And we got a Pride Guard. Earlier on in the game, we won't really need him. He's he is boosted based on allied armor. He is somewhat good in all night teams, but other than that, we won't really be needing him. All night teams actually are fairly towards the weaker side, mainly because they're really receptible to true damage. And we get a Rowain. Rowain you can actually obtain just from completing the Forest of Thorns questline, and she is one of the stronger troops in the game. I have a feeling we will not be using her though, as earlier on you don't have the armor to be able to use her, but she deals 4 damage randomly split among enemies, and then that's boosted by her armor. And that right there is what makes her extremely powerful, because if you look over at her boost ratio, that's 2 times. She has 5 armor right now, that's 10. You start getting armor buffs on her, it just gets absolutely insane, the kind of damage that you can do with a Rowain. Runesmith, absolutely useless, you'll never need it. Banshee, on the other hand, is actually a really good job, particularly if you put it with something like a white, because they're both undead, and they both give souls. Deals damage to the enemy, transforms all blue to red, and that's boosted on a 2-to-1 ratio, so a decent ratio as well, and then gains souls based on the same ratio there. Plus, if you get it fully traded, it will get even more magic, which means even more souls. And of course, any troop that can gain souls is normally a pretty good idea to put on your team, as it will be helping you leveling up all of your troops throughout the game without having to go out of your way to go farm them. So let's just do 4 little pokes here, and then just go straight for the 50. I think I'm going to save the 50 for last. We do have a couple other keys right now that I want to go over, any of the drops that we get. Let's see, do we have any new ones? Elwyn! I don't believe we had an Elwyn yet. No, we did not. Elwyn actually got a buff, and he's not that bad earlier on. One thing I do have to say, though, is that the Ranger is still much more powerful than Elwyn, but Elwyn is definitely a lot stronger. He just got buffed, like, I think just last week. He destroys a row and column, deals damage randomly split among enemies, and that's boosted by yellow destroyed at a 3 times ratio, which is a pretty decent ratio. He gets quite a bit of destroy, which can help get his mana back up. And he's kind of like a board control version of Ranger, though I still think Ranger would be slightly better, just because Ranger does have a higher damage output. So let's go now. We have some keys from our guild I want to use. We have 2 event keys and 3 gem keys. Gem keys will give, actually they both give ultra rares and higher. The main difference between them is that gem keys can give every single drop in the game, whereas event keys are only based on this kingdom, or whatever the event kingdom is, which this week is Glacial Peaks, and which would give us a really good chance of getting Borealis or Queen Mab. But let's go for our 3 gem keys first. We're getting at minimum an ultra rare, so pretty much all of these would be new if it would stop giving me runics. What is with this game giving me runics? Flesh Golem, we don't really need a Flesh Golem. Druid is not bad though, but we already had him. Flesh Golem, you pretty much never need it. The only purpose you would ever maybe use it is for the Necromancy. If you want to make an early game soul farming team with it, it would be somewhat okay in that. I personally do not like using him. He's just way too slow. All he is tankiness. He just explodes a row, gains some life, and reduces all of their magic by 1. But earlier on in the game, of course, reducing all magic by 1 can be somewhat effective. You can see even he just only has 1 magic right now, and it can be somewhat decent. But let's go over now and open up these event keys. You may notice I'm not really ever spending gems on anything. This is mainly because we're saving all of our gems for the 500 gem armors, which I'll be explaining more in a later video. Well, we got another Snow Guardian. Didn't really need one, but okay, we got 2 additional Snow Guardians. I guess we might upgrade this thing to Epic. Well, that was anticlimactic. Okay, so let's go now and hope we get something good from these 50 glory keys. We can get essentially anything from here. What I'm really looking for is a legendary or a Valkyrie would be ideal, because this does do at a minimum a rare, and Valkyrie is a rare. So let's just pull the plug on it and go all the way through and see what we get. Oh no! Oh no, I can't believe this has happened. Wow. No way. The strongest legendary in the entire game without a question of a doubt. And it is our first legendary. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, change of plan for the rest of this video. We're showing a build with the Dragon Soul. Wow. I don't even care what the rest is. Wow. Okay, so Dragon Soul. How do I even start to say how overpowered this is earlier on in the game? Explodes a bunch of gems. And here is the main key where it is extremely overpowered, this next part. It deals 8 damage to all enemies. This is not based on magic. This is just a static damage that he does. And that's boosted by every single dragon on the team. Well, he is a dragon, so that's 11. And you can put 3 more dragons on your team. That is 20 damage per cast at level 1. So yeah, very, 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 very powerful. Some things don't even have 20 HP, how earlier we are in the game right now. And on top of that, we also get 15 souls per cast, which is a whole complete soul farmer just in itself. You just cast it 3 times, boom, you just hit the soul cap 40 per match. So that is, we couldn't have gotten a better drop. There literally is not a better drop in this game. This Let's Play series seems kind of rigged now, because we literally, there isn't a single card in the game that could be better than this right now in the current state. But let's go for the rest of them. Astral Spirit's actually a really good true damager, 3-to-1 ratio. What makes it really powerful is that I can remove a chosen color from the board, which gives it a lot of board control. And if we ever get to the point where we can fully trade it, it just goes absolutely insane, since we can do that from the very first turn. Blast Cannon you'll never need. It just deals damage to random enemy and then silences them. Silence is pretty weak right now. Oh, Hobgoblin! This is actually the last troop that we needed to be able to make an all-goblin team, which for balance sake, I think I'll use instead of Dragon Soul sometime in the future. But it deals 4 damage to, or damage to 4... deals damage to 2 random enemies and then automatically gains an extra turn, just like all other goblins. Warg is actually pretty good too. Warg is basically the early game version of a Dragon Soul. They're both red-purple, as you can see, and the Warg gains, where'd it go? The Warg gains 10 souls per cast, and it also has a 2-to-1 ratio based on those souls, which will help it do even more damage. One thing to note is that this extra 2-to-1 ratio based on how many souls you have collected does not trigger on the ones they actually initially accumulate. What I mean by this is, if we were to use this right now with that 5 damage and gaining these 10 souls, assuming that we have 0 souls at the moment, it would only do 5 damage, not 10. But the subsequent cast that we do after that would do 10. It doesn't actually include these 10 souls into the boost ratio of the initial attack. But yeah, this is basically like the easy to obtain Dragon Soul, basically. It does the same exact soul farming, same exact color, and still has a decent boost ratio on it. So that's funny that we get them both at time, but that is insane. Did I screenshot that yet? We need a... That is... I'm almost crying right now. That is insane. Wow, okay, so, well, we have to do it. I have to show you guys a Dragon Soul team and what I mean by this being absolutely broken beyond belief. Okay, well, we might not even need that Guardian team anymore. But let's see, well, oh, I told you we'd find something to replace our Dragonette with. So let's get a Dragon Soul. I actually need Dragonian Assassin. We do not have Dragonian Assassin, which is somewhat bad because that would actually be a pretty good pick to put into this. But we'll want to go with the Dragon Soul banner. Whenever you get a Dragon Soul, this is pretty much the banner you want to go. The +2 purple, +1 red, -1 yellow banner. It's just insanely good with it. So let's just do this already. This is going to be very, very quick, or it should be. Wow, that is absolutely insane. Keep in mind, it's still at level 1. Just for the sake of it, for now, I'm literally just going to keep it at level 1, just to show you how insane it is, even at level 1. Actually, maybe I'll keep it at level 1, just to troll people with. No, I'll probably level it, but, as you can see, there is a team. We can literally one-shot everything, except for his hero, because he leveled up his hero. I haven't really gone over heroes much yet, but they are pretty important. As you can see, he's using Warlord, or she's using Warlord, and she actually leveled up quite a bit, which gives you extra stats and stuff like that. But for right now, let's get our Dragon Soul up. We probably won't even need our hero at this point, since we have a Dragon Soul, but of course I will have to show some stuff with it, because hero is pretty vital as you get into mid-game. It's not, well, I guess early on in the game is somewhat important, but if you just do a bunch of arena, you can easily displace that. But anyways, here is the Dragon Soul, and this is what I'm talking about. Take note of the team that is currently alive, and yeah, take note of the team that is no longer alive, or everything except the hero. If we would have hit a skull right there, we actually would have killed right there and then. But as you can see, we got the souls. We got 1 soul per killing them, plus the 15 souls from after casting. And yeah, that is pretty much match at this point. You just take some purple, take a purple and red, cast it again. We get another 15 souls. And yeah, Dragon Soul. I am extremely surprised they have not nerfed Dragon Soul yet, for the simple fact that it is this ridiculous early on in the game. But hey, that's more benefit to us. At least we won't have as much of a grind for now on. Of course, I will be showing a lot of other teams, as realistically, many of you will not have a Dragon Soul this early in the game. I'm surprised our first legend actually ended up being that. But as you can see, we get a lot of souls now because of the Dragon Soul, plus we're still getting all of our other resources. So yeah, extremely lucky there. But anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below, and I will get around to answering them. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.